How are we all doing? Welcome back to the British Cup Nora 92 Domestic Drains podcast. So I've got a special guest with me today. Again, it's Carl Benjamin. How you doing, Carl?
Well, good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you, mate. Very well, thank you. So apologies, everybody. We have been away for quite a while, but we've been very busy behind the scenes, working on different things, sorting different things out. Obviously, we've had to change the venue now for round two. We're off to Fat Cat Motoparc. Originally, we were going to Preston Docks. Carl, do you want to say anything about how that's gone, really, and the change?
Yeah, so we had a conversation with Lee at Preston Docks, and he's working extremely hard in the background to make sure that things are in place moving forward, so we can run there. Like our intentions is to run around at Preston Docks. Obviously, it won't be this year, probably next year. It's definitely penciled in for next year, but there was, because of the work that Lee was doing in the background. And just a small minor issues that were there. We couldn't really run the meeting as we wanted to run it.
No.
We didn't want it to be different to round one. Round one was successful. We had a really good round. And after discussion, Lee was really helpful. And we decided to change venue. We wanted to be proactive with it. We didn't want to leave it too long. And sort of, there's a time frame where it will be too late.
Yeah.
I think even 2 weeks before is probably too late. You know, people have got plans; they've planned their year. So we spoke to, actually it was yourself who first got into contact with Martin at Fat Cat, wasn't it? And then I had a discussion with Martin, and he was extremely helpful with sorting things out his end to ensure that we had the same dates. So we decided to make the decision to go to Fat Cat. It's a sand track up north, so it's very similar to the venue we were going to have anyway, and Martin could accommodate us exactly how we needed it accommodated, really.
Yeah, that's good. I mentioned a couple different ground levels, so a bit of sand. We've got the hard pack, we've got a bit of mud in our series, haven't we? So we're lucky that we've been able to still be able to continue that and give everyone a big variety and spread around the UK, because we are one of the biggest youth championships in Nora 92. So we're giving everybody the opportunity they deserve, aren't we, really?
Yes, exactly that. It is very important that, with the question marks around Preston Docks, that we did keep it in a sand venue, that side of the country, you know, because that's the aim, and every national championship's got to try and go as far and wide as they can, haven't they? So yeah, all good. It worked out really well, because I'm really excited for Fat Cats. I haven't been there for a good probably 15 years myself, to be honest. So I've heard that Martin's done some changes to the racetrack, so I'm looking forward to that. Venue's great. I mean, half standing car park. He's got everything we need. So yeah, ready to roll. Can't wait. And it's not long. We've got, we put a post out this morning that you registered riders have only got 1 week to get in your entries, because we've got a list of wild cards who are messaging us probably to us daily. When can we enter? When can we enter? So it's going to be a busy one. You know, you're going to get the sand masses up there jumping in and coming and take that prize money if the registered riders don't enter. So don't forget, you've only got 1 week registered riders.
Yeah, so you've heard it. I mean, we've given away the free entry as well. For round two.
I was a bit late with that, to be fair. I was a bit late with that. There was so much going on, and apologies, it was late. Actually, it was I don't know if you've seen the live draw, but I did struggle with the pronunciation of the name. And I apologise, but it's actually Kaiwan, the name. Kaiwan Powell.
Yeah.
So I did double check with her, and she explained to me and sent me a little voice note of how to say it, so I won't make that mistake again. But yeah, so she's actually already entered, so we're gonna carry that on to round three, and also obviously find another free entry for round three.
Mega. I mean, it's good to see that a sport that it's very expensive, isn't it? The world of motocross, but we do it because we love it. But to then see promoters giving things back to families and kids, it makes it all worthwhile.
Oh, it's like super important for us, and as much as we can give back, we will. I know it's easy to say, it's only one entry, but it's something. You know, it's something that we're trying to do. And if we can improve on that, we will. like with the amount of prizes that we've given out. Yeah, we're definitely dedicated to try and do as much as we can for the sport and sport that we love.
Yeah, but in all fairness, we couldn't do anything if it weren't for our sponsors that have come forward to help the series. So a massive thank you for them as well, because without your input, we probably wouldn't be doing this right now, would we? Really?
No, it's a tough old game. It's a tough industry to
Yeah.
be in, and any organisation that listens to this or even understands, like it's tough. It's not easy, and without the sponsors and support from those sort of people, it's it's hard to make a series what you want it without those guys coming in and really supporting
Yeah.
it. So thank you so much, and it's definitely a huge input.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I did notice, I mean, let's start talking about the first round at Landrake Motoparc. Obviously, I was in my little commentary tower. Every time I looked round,
Yeah,
all I could see was people queuing at the merch stand. Um, and there was
yeah,
just t-shirts and hoodies and everything flying around everywhere. So I'm guessing
yeah.
if you want some merch, you need to kind of like pre-order, I would have thought by now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it was it went down a storm. To be honest, it went down a lot better than we expected, and we ran out of quite a lot of
Yeah,
stuff. So we've got another big order. We've got a lot more merch coming for round two. We've had lots of pre-orders from round one, and it's amazing to see. Like exactly that. There was that the photos that I've seen and just walking around, the amount of people with the merch
yeah,
on, representing it's amazing.
yeah,
It's amazing to see, and it all adds to that
yeah, definitely.
the vibe and the atmosphere and the British Cup.
Yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger.
But yeah, and I actually look. Yeah, it is, and I love this merch. To be fair, it's comfy.
Yeah,
So I've got a few of these just to wear around.
nice, nice. So then, let's have a chat then. Landrake, what a venue. I mean, Phil, Justin, and Ryan, they prepped the track. They were there all day, weren't they? Trying to keep the
Yeah,
dust down because we weren't expecting it to be so dry. Um, they've done a mega job down there. I mean, Justin even had his son racing, Archie in the rookies, his first year on the 125. So he was going from track maintenance to kind of schoolboy dad. But I mean, everybody came together down there. The opening round is always a surprise one because you never know what people have been up to through the winter and who's lit the fire in the bellies in all groups from autos upwards. I mean, we
yeah,
had riders turning up that racing who have raced in MXGP. We've had riders who are currently doing EMX. We've got the future stars in the 85 class and the autos and some of the 65s that are doing the European Sound
mm,
series.
yeah.
Yet that they turned up to race us, and they didn't have it easy.
No, they did. They never. But the talent on show was phenomenal. It's and you know what got. I mean, it's difficult. I didn't get as much time as I'd like to watch because obviously it's such a manic event. But the racecraft that some of these kids have got is unbelievable. You watch it, they just ride way beyond their
Yeah,
years. And like you said, these kids that come in, some of them wild cards, a lot of them registered riders. To be
yeah,
fair, some real talented registered riders. Yeah, it was amazing to watch, and it was really exciting. Some of the racing was out of this world, and the venue. And do you know what? It was perfect for the venue. You rock into the venue. It's an amazing venue. We had amazing racing.
yeah,
The prep was fantastic. Like you said, nothing was too much of an issue for
no,
the team. Do you know what I mean? We wanted it watered, they watered it. We wanted it harrowed, they harrowed it. We had to stop. I think one of the practices just quickly just to iron out some a little hole that had formed quite
yeah,
quickly. They've done it, and it's great to work with people
yeah,
like that.
definitely, definitely. I mean, for me, day two got to me when I saw a rider who's coming through. He was on autos last year. He's on a 65 this year, and his bike unfortunately broke down in the last moto. But to see him broke down wasn't nice. But the passion that he had for it and how determined he wanted to finish that race, like it just shows how bad these kids want it, and what
Mm,
this British title means to them.
yeah,
So that kind of got to
definitely.
me a little bit. talking and on the microphone, and you could see he was desperate to get back going again. There was a little glimmer of hope because the bike did fire and then stop after about 10 seconds. But I've never seen anybody chuck their goggles on so fast and get ready to go again. But yeah, I mean, it was mega racing. I mean, we had Tommy Wood was down there, Alfie Cotter in the 65s. We had Preston Chorley in the 65s. Obviously, Kai Benjamin in the 65s. William King, he was there as well, which was good to see. It was a real good day, really. The 65 group, I thought it was a class for anyone to win. I mean, Blake, Marks Bracey, Hunter Groves as well.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
talent. I mean, those all those names are the fastest 65s in the country at the minute, you know,
yeah.
and it's
But then you had
long may those good fast races continue throughout the year because it was exciting.
definitely. I mean, the standout ride for me personally was I saw this lad last year racing and training to come through, but Louis Jarrett. I mean,
Louis come a long
Louis
way.
broke into the
He has
top
come a
10
long way.
over
Mm,
like fair play. That's a stat class to be in. Um,
it is, and I mean to in any of those classes from autos right through to the
yeah,
vets to break top 10. No, you're a good rider. You know, you're talented because it's fast, and every group was fast. And Louis, to be fair, he stood out for me. He actually rides in the clubs that we
yeah,
run, and he's consistently good. You know he's going to be there. And to break the top 10 in the British Cup with that amount of talent,
yeah,
yeah, awesome stuff.
yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I mean another name that broke the top 10 in well, two of them who broke the top 10 in race two on day one was Oliver Trafford, and obviously Kai broke into the top 10 as well. He made a move on the last
Yeah, he
couple
did. Yeah,
laps, got himself in the top
yeah.
10.
Kai had a good one.
Um,
Yeah, bless him.
Jacob Wright, he was up there as well, which was good to see. And then obviously we went to race three on day two, and I mean Alfie Cotter just came out swinging. Um, he
Talented
is a
boy.
very talented lad, yeah. And fair play, he's worked hard, but I mean, he was pushed hard by Tommy Wood. Tommy came in literally 1.5 seconds behind him on the line. That's how close it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But Landrake always makes for those good
yeah,
races. You know, it's one of those tracks where you can see most of the venue and it's fast, it's
yeah,
flowing.
yeah. It does
Good
put
track.
on some good racing. I mean, I'll talk about the small 85 in a second, but watching that group, there was some amazing racecraft. Um, just another shout out. I mean, in another lad making a top 10 in his first season on a 65 in race three on day one was Jensen King on the Gas.
Yeah,
He's probably one of the smallest
yeah,
competitors in that class. Um,
yeah.
so
Again, I mean, the style that boy's
yeah,
got is on point. Yeah, he's watch this space with that boy for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. And then Ronnie
Good.
Morgan, he was there on race four. He was there all weekend. To be fair, I know he had a few bike issues and bits and pieces, but he came back out, kept his head high, and got on with it. He pushed hard. He pushed hard. I mean, the lap times, there was 9 seconds between first and ninth place. That's how
Mm.
tight it was on lap
Yeah,
times.
again, to be fair, Ronnie's another one that stood out for
Yeah,
us. Again, from club level to national, he's obviously doing a few nationals this year. And then the British Cup, he fast.
yeah,
I keep saying it, but these lads are so and ladies are so
yeah,
fast. And I do think, and it's these type of series are what's pushing. Yeah, don't get me wrong, the club meetings where it all begins and where it comes
yeah,
from, but these series when they all come together, all the fastest kids and adults in the country come together and they're pushing each other. It's bringing the UK talent on, and I think it's particularly this year there was some real talent coming up
yeah.
through.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, I mean, a big thanks to our group sponsor. That was sponsored by Goswell Automotive Repair for the 65s.
Yes, thank you.
So, yeah, vets. I mean, it was quite exciting, really. Sponsored by Gloucestershire Rendering. It was a clean sweep, wasn't
Hmm.
it? He's returned back from racing. I can't believe
Mr.
I
Meadows.
can't believe he's already had a hip replacement because he doesn't look like he's aged in the last 10 years. But he's gone on to the batteries. He's on the start
Yeah,
now. I think he rode on the
yeah,
Wednesday. He was telling me, and then just to see how it all was, and then yeah, clean sweep of race wins.
yeah. I mean, he is a vet, so he's got every right to be in that class. But I did tell him when he came up to the podium, he's in the wrong
Yeah,
class.
yeah,
Um, but the vets is obviously it's a vets class for any
yeah,
ability and the age of 35 plus. So he's yeah. Again, Luke's been around a long
yeah,
time. He knows what he's doing. Has been off of injury, to be fair, so to come back and be as consistent as he
yeah,
was,
yeah,
and look fast as well. There was points on the track that I noticed that he was particularly really
yeah.
quick, and could certainly match the MX1, MX2 class. He could do bits in that as
Yeah, I
well.
mean, I've seen Luke race because he's a local lad to me. Well, when he was growing up, I've seen Luke race around Landrake many, many, many times. And if you could go back sort of, I don't know, 20 years, um, and watch him there, and then watch him at at the British Cup round one, you wouldn't see any difference. He still goes round there like he's 18.
Yeah, and I mean, you speak to Luke himself, and I've always said to him like he's not the most natural guy on a bike, but his fitness and strength is what brings him on and makes him as fast as he is, and he's always been the same. Like he can ride a bike for sure, but it's his fitness. He's always been physically fit, probably one of the fittest guys I know. In all fairness
Yeah,
to him, but it'd be interesting to see how he carries on with that Stark.
yeah,
'Cause I got mixed opinions about Starks. I think the sport will go that way eventually.
yeah.
I don't necessarily want it to go that way because you can't beat the smell and sound
No,
of a motocross bike. But yeah, they are. I actually had a little ride on the Stark a few months back. Done one session and done my back in, so it definitely told me that I'm definitely done on a bike. But I had to go, and they are a good bit of kit, and I can see why people are sort of leaning towards them.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously, a lot of people say to us, like, "Oh, if you're racing a Stark and MX1, MX2, how does that work?" Well, obviously, we have to lock the power mode in.
Yes, exactly
Um,
that. Yeah. So yeah, just to be clear on that, so they can. Um, they've got the software to lock it to a certain horsepower, and they'll lock it to an MX1 or lock it to an MX2. They can do that for I think it's 48 hours. I think you can do it for. And then if there was ever an issue with it or a protest about it, then we can go and check. Remember, there were protests has to be done within 30 minutes of the race,
yeah,
and it's usually a £250 upfront
deposit. Yeah,
bill to put forward to
yeah,
protest, and then we can go back and check any Stark and what they were locked
yeah,
to. But I would hope people are honest with it. It's pretty obvious, to be honest. Like if you've got a 450 going side by side with a Stark as locked into an MX2, I mean, it should be
yeah,
relatively obvious. But yeah, there is that option. If you did think that somebody was cheating, there's always that protest
yeah,
that you can do in half an hour.
yeah. No, that's fair enough. So you've heard it. You've got that half an hour. You need to put down your £250 deposit. After that 30 minutes, it's gone.
And that's with any after any protest that you've got
Yeah,
race results or anything, at half an hour you've got to put that £250 in.
yeah. Excuse me. So just going back to the vets again, Will Payne. He was on the big 450 Kawasaki. That thing does
Mm.
spark. Um, he wasn't giving up. I mean, there was a few there. I mean, Alan Pierce, he came out on a 450 on race one, struggled a little bit. So then he went to the complete other end of the spectrum and came out on a YZ125 for the next few
Yeah.
races. And he was flying. He was flying on it.
Mm.
And I've seen him again since that race meeting at another venue, and he's back on the 125 again. Um,
Yeah.
so that was good to see. I mean, there was Justin Locke as well. Sorry, Ashley Locke. He actually put a fastest lap in on a few of the races. Nigel Woodman. He broke into the top 10 as well, which was good to see. Graham Webb was having a good day. I believe 33, Sam Houghton, he was on an RMZ. I did see him drop it in one of the races in front of me. He looked, put his hands up in the air, went like that on his handlebar, went like that again. So I think he might be invested in a different brand, but he was having the time of his
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
So,
No, and all those names been around a long time. That's why they're in the vets.
yeah.
But I remember racing against a lot of those guys, and the fact that they're still doing what they're doing, and at the pace they're doing it, yeah, it's not for me anymore. So fair play to them. It was a competitive
Yeah, I
class.
mean, I seen a local lad down there, Lee Hockin. He doesn't really ride that much, but he came out
Uh,
swinging. And we had Cornwall's famous engine tuner, Justin Gibbs from Gibbs Racing. He was circulating on the Saturday. Uh, he
yeah,
looked like an old school Seb Tortelli in the kit and the helmet. It was pretty cool to see with the same number as well. So yeah, that was good to see. But I mean, the overall weekend was Luke Mellows, then it was Will Payne, then Daniel Chapman, Ashley Locke. So that was your top four there. And on the 45 plus, because it was two separate championships, isn't it, in one? So
yeah.
it was
That's
Alan
it.
Pierce, Nigel Woodman, Lee Baggs, Di Jones, Paul Wazorek, Mr. Bushton. He was up there as well, wasn't he? So fifth overall for
Yeah,
him. John Jones in
yeah.
sixth from Devon. So yeah, it was good. It was good. But I mean, thanks to Gloucestershire Rendering for putting up and sponsoring that group. It's unbelievable what you've done.
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%. Like I said, without these sponsors, it's not what it is. But just touching back on the RMZ. I mean, when do you think they're going to be getting a electric start? I did hear is next year.
Well,
Is that
Kickstart
right?
Kenny over in America has got an electric button, but I think it's on his
It's
training
so
bike.
strange why they haven't done it.
Yeah, because it's not a bad bike, to be
So
honest.
strange. Oh, do you know? I love it. I had. When did I have one? What year it was now?
22?
20. Might have been that 22. Yeah, I came back for just a bit of a play ride, and I absolutely loved the
Yeah.
bike. Absolutely loved it. But yeah, that kickstart is can be a hassle, can't
Yeah.
it? So it'd be interesting to see when they do put an electric start on it.
I think they need to really, just to keep with the times.
Yeah, definitely. That's way more bikes, wouldn't
Yeah,
they?
yeah. But I mean, there's more manufacturers coming in. I mean, Ducati, they've got their 250 going into production. The 450's out now. I'm waiting
Yeah.
to see if Ben Ludwell's got one in the back of the camper anytime soon, because I know he's a big fan of them. So, but moving on, Carl. I mean, 85 small wheel group sponsored by Kenda.
Yeah.
This was mega. Like, to watch the racing was unreal. I mean, Jet Gardner, Arthur King, Miley Evans as well. One of the top sort of upcoming female riders. She was there. Freddie
Yeah.
Joyner, Logan Lewis. You had the CRS Nora Development Team rider Rafe Simmons back from injury.
Yeah. We had John Slade, unfortunately, crashed, didn't he, on day
Yeah,
one?
yeah,
But again, a talented boy. That I mean, just reading through those names, they've again the talent.
yeah.
It's
I mean, we
cool.
got the 24-25 Arena Cross champion, 65 class, Mason Stadden, moved up to an 85.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Mason was there.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a few local lads. I mean, there's a young lad there called Baxter from like down sort of East Devon way. He doesn't do no British Championships or anything like that or bigger series. He just does his club level stuff. He's happy with that.
Yeah.
He broke in the top 10 along with Harry Bisgrove, another club rider.
And that's the British Cup for
Yeah,
you, isn't it? You know, you've got that. There's unbelievable talent, and they've also got the guys that are at club level trying to break into that
yeah, yeah.
level. You know, and that's
And
exactly what it's for.
experience what it's like. I mean, they don't. If you don't go to one of these big meetings, you don't understand how things are there and the difference, the hype, the vibe, the build up.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, like Arthur and Jet, they were hammer and tong all weekend.
Mhm.
Arthur did come out top of the shot over the weekend, but I mean, one race there was point 0.9 of a second between them.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I managed to catch some of that racing, to be honest. And when I say about racecraft, yeah, watch them
Yeah.
too.
I mean, where I was
Yeah,
standing
it was
outside, because I wanted to get
incredible.
some better view, because I knew it was exciting, that class.
Yeah. Yeah.
You sort of got a double jump up, and then you turn sharp left, and you double down along a straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Arthur sort of went to the middle, and Jet just saw the door was open, and he came up the inside, and they did touch. They touched
Yeah.
literally. It's like watching the Lawrence brothers in Supercross as such. The move was, yeah, it was good. It was aggressive, safe but aggressive. But you could just see Arthur just wind it on up the straight. And that was definitely race three of the weekend, so race one of day two. It was mega to see. I mean, Jake Dixon, he came out swinging on day two. He broke in
Nice.
the top 10. Freddie Joyner, I mean, Freddie's been struggling with injuries. I know he's only just come back yesterday from another injury. He broke his arm, I believe, just after Landrake.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, he got on the podium, third. So that's mega going at it.
Good
Yeah,
work. Yeah. I mean, yeah, a podium in any class is good
yeah,
work.
yeah. I mean, race four was good as well. Again, Arthur got on top. He obviously lit the fire a bit more because he was 51 seconds in front of Jet at the finish line. And he put a fastest lap time in a 2:15.3, which is phenomenal for an 85.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that was good. Logan Lewis just breaking into the top 10 as well in that one. Joiner again in there, Staden, and Rafe. Jaden Kay, he come up into 8th place, so a good ride for Jaden. But yeah, that class was really good. I mean, there was other riders in there as well. I mean, the Bennett sisters, they were there, breaking into the top 20, which was good. Frankie Oram, the only rider on the big 154 stroke in the class.
Yeah. You know what? I actually spoke to my son Kai. I was like, "Do you fancy riding one
I've
of them?"
tried it with my son
Because
Caleb as well.
yeah, it's he rides it well, really
Yeah,
well. Does ride it well, and I like
yeah.
him. Yeah, I do like him. But yeah, no, my son unfortunately he don't like it.
No,
Don't have a good thing or a bad thing though.
I personally think it's a good thing because the days of when we were growing up, you went 65, 85, 125, then 250, didn't you? I think the last
Yes.
stages of that now have gone because I was talking to someone yesterday at the caution round at Bushton. He's in the big wheel 85 class and he wants a 250F. I'm like, what about 125? No, no, no.
Yeah, I think that I'm a firm believer of that is installing them
Yeah,
basics on a
yeah,
two-stroke prior to going to a
yeah,
four-stroke. But with that said, I mean, little Frankie Oram does ride that bike with good style. He knows what
yeah.
he's doing, and he would be doing the same thing on a two-stroke.
No,
So I do get it. I do get it. But ideally, I'd like thinking about the big picture. I'd like my son to go two-stroke as long as he
yeah.
can, and then
That's
250
that's where I
four-stroke.
want to go with
But
mine.
I do like this 150s. I think they're a
Yeah,
cool little
I've
bike.
not just had the conversation once. I've had it probably 6 or 7 times now. Like, it'd be
Yeah,
good to get one on the go. But yeah,
definitely.
he's two-stroke mad, so can't blame him.
Mm.
So that was sponsored by Kendall. So that was a good weekend. I mean, the overall over the weekend was it was Arthur King, Jet Gardner, Miley Evans, Freddie Joyner, Rafe Simmons, and Mason Staden actually ended up 6th. Baxter, that lad I just said about, doesn't do the nationals, 7th. So that was mega to see. Really good.
Yeah,
Really,
definitely.
really good.
Yeah, and I bet it was a great achievement for them
Yeah,
as well.
definitely. I mean, the auto class, that's sponsored by Tillett Suspension. That was good to see. We had Cohen Llewellyn, so
Yes.
he was there. Cohen's been out in America in bits and pieces, racing over there. And then his next competitor to him was young Austin Senior.
Yes.
So one's been out in America, one's been round Tinkleton and Dorset. So it's a bit of a difference. But I mean, it looked like it was going to be a clean sweep for Cohen. He was pushing hard every race, wasn't he? Really. Colby Red Soul, he was another good rider up there. He kept pushing hard all weekend.
Yeah, he's been doing the Europeans as
Yeah,
well, hasn't he? And a couple of them I
yeah.
noticed.
And then I
Yeah.
saw Teddy Moore as well. So number 5, Teddy Moore, he was having a good weekend, pushing hard. It was good to see. I mean, there's a few local lads there that do a few club meetings. George Forrest, he was up in the mix as well, which was nice to see. But just like looking back down through the results as well, I mean, you had Finley Shipton there, you had Cooper Swan, you had Ronnie Crutchley, if that's pronounced right, hopefully. Number 47. They were all doing well. Elliot Watts, Cody Simon, they were all in the mix. Ray Paul, I mean,
Yeah.
Paul Ray, he came out on day 2 in practice, I believe it was. Hit the finish line tabletop. Just landed a bit awkwardly. Not his fault. Fortunately, he hit the timing posts and ripped all the fence out, and it was right in front of us. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he got up.
That little Ray
Yeah,
Pullman. Do you want to, yeah. He again, his father was a real good rider
yeah,
as
he's
well.
very well known. Good rider. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, he dusted himself off, came out swinging again, completed the weekend, scored some
good.
points.
Yeah, like we always say, is these kids that race motocross, they're a different breed, aren't they?
Yeah.
They crash and get back up like they do. It's
Yeah.
amazing. I love it.
But I mean, race 4, the last race of the day in the autos, it's got to be spoken about. I mean, Austin whole-shotted. Cohen came through, took the lead, pulled a bit of a gap, but Austin kept him in his sights. And then something happened elsewhere on the circuit. I didn't see the move, but Cohen dropped back a place, which allowed Austin to come through. And I've never seen an auto rider be as ecstatic as he was when he crossed the finish line. There was arms everywhere, legs everywhere. It was like he just
Yeah,
won the world championship. It was
yeah,
great to see.
yeah,
Great to see.
100%.
Um,
And yeah, putting that dedication and effort into it, and those rewards is what they're looking
yeah.
for. And fair play
I
to
don't
them.
know whether
It was
his
good.
parents gave him incentive because he wasn't a brand new white kit and a white helmet. Whether he had to get out front to stay clean, I'm not sure. But
Yeah,
I mean, that kid didn't stop smiling the whole time from the end of that race right the way through to the podium. He was still smiling. So yeah, well done to those guys. That was good to see. Um, then we had the domestic drain services, our title sponsors, but are also sponsoring the novice ladies class. Now
yes,
this was an interesting one because this class was dominated by the females, by the ladies. They took it to all the male novice riders, showed them the
yeah,
way around every single race, and I like to see that. I think it's good because we're trying to raise the profile for women's motocross, aren't we?
100%. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they've got a place in the sport,
Yep.
of course, and they without having events and national series like us for them to race and win a
Yeah.
championship, then yeah, they're going to struggle to find anywhere else to go and go anyway, you know. So, but they are again, some of them girls, ladies can
Yeah,
ride,
definitely.
and I certainly won't want to be racing against them
No,
then.
no. I mean, Rhea Truman, she led nearly every race, every single race she led, but she only actually won 1 out of the 4. Um, so she made
Okay.
it hard work for herself,
I didn't realise that.
but she did take the overall win over the weekend because she was consistent.
Yeah,
So
that's what
I
counts,
did
isn't it?
feel for her because she had the speed. She was one of the quickest ones there at times. A bit like
Yeah,
Leah Reese Evans. She was fast. You could see she got into a groove in race 2 and was coming through, but unfortunately had a bit of an off, and that ended her weekend. But Nadia Jones, she come through, won a few races. She even pulled the whole shot, if I remember rightly. So that was a bit of diesel for on the way home.
yeah, yeah. The £50 SG Racing Whole Shot
Exactly,
Award.
for the first race of every
Yeah,
group on the first day.
yeah, that's it. Exactly. Every
So
round.
thanks to those guys there for putting that up. Um, on my laps, I see this name. It comes up, and I think, God, I thought he retired, but you can only see the first 3 letters of his surname. It says Carl Ben. So I was like, it's Carl Benham. So 441. He had a good day. Good weekend, to be
Yeah,
honest. He rode really strong. Jordan Lord, number 99, had some good results all weekend. Farmer Holly, so Holly Roberts, she pushed hard. She had I think she ended up third overall. Kelly Phillips was another name in the females, mixing it up. But just going off race one, Jamie Aiton, he pushed hard all weekend. But going off race one, our fastest rider was Leah with a 2:21 by 3 seconds over anybody else in that group.
nice. That's impressive. 3 seconds.
And
A lot.
and I believe she was on a 125 or 150 KTM.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to double check what she booked in as, but yeah, I'm not sure if it was 150 or
Yeah,
125.
but I mean, overall weekend it was good to see. I mean, Ria's obviously a wildcard rider. No, not a wildcard rider. She's a registered rider, so she ended up on 191 points. Nadia on 190 points. That's how close it was at the top. Holly Roberts there, Marnie Saunders, and Kelly Phillips. I have seen that Marnie's injured now, so I
Oh, really?
think she's going to be out for a little
I
while,
do that.
which is a
Okay.
shame because she's just coming back.
Yeah, it'll be.
But in the novice group, Jordan was overall on 192, but he tied points with Carl as well on 192. So that was very close. Jamie that was there on 184. Harvey Trentham coming up through. He was fourth overall. And then number 13, Young Freddie, he was in fifth. So that was good to see. So thanks to Market Domestic Dreams for stepping forward with those groups. Much appreciated.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
This one, I like this group. I don't know how you feel about this, but I feel like this is the most like exciting race you can get. It's the LC Clark Civil Engineering Youth Group.
Hmm.
If you ever want to see anyone scrub a bike or whip a bike or do something like that, that is the group to watch because you never know what's going to happen. I mean, young John Cox wanted to come in the commentary box via the fence, but luckily he's all right. That was in practice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the story there, Harley Prickett, he put in some good rides over the weekend. Zane Stevens on the 125 Yam, he was phenomenal at the weekend. He's just moved up into that group. George Clark, so the son of the series sponsor for the group, he had some mega rides, led a few laps, come through.
That one thing that stood out for me. So Ellie Clark, Civil Engineering, Lee, who sponsors the youth
Yeah,
class, his son George, his speed down those
yeah,
hills. That is where he's making a lot of his time
yeah,
up, and I've noticed it. I said locally, but at Landrake it stood out for
yeah,
me. He carries a hell of a lot of speed down hills, and that is where he's making a lot of his
yeah.
time up. He was fast.
Yeah, he done well. It's impressive to see. I mean, we've both seen him on the 85s, haven't we, coming up through?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, he's done well. He's done the progressive thing, two-stroke, now gone to a four-stroke. You can
yeah.
see the difference. He's learnt his racecraft from the bikes. Christopher Brindley, that was another good rider who had a good day. Archie Congdon, he is Mr. Landrake. His first year,
Yes.
he was up there, so that was good to see. I did see his dad last week, and they're looking forward already to round two. They've enjoyed the series so far.
Good.
Mason Jones, he was another one to break in the top five. Josh Lansbury was sixth in one race. I know George did have a bad race in race two because I think he ended up seventh, but he still managed to come through. He dusted himself off, was second in race three. Just having a look though, like the Kennett brothers. I don't know if you heard about the Kennett brothers. So they have to catch the ferry from where they live to get across to the UK to ride. The camper broke down twice.
Oh,
Then they had bike issues first thing in the morning.
yeah.
So they had a real struggle, real struggle. But fair play to the dad.
Thing.
He got them there. He got them racing. The boys had a mega weekend.
Yeah,
So
made it all worth
yeah,
it. Then the things you do is as parents to get your kids out on track.
yeah, yeah, definitely that. I mean, Yeah, I like them as a family. They're quite a big family, but they all race still. And that
Nice.
they are quick lads. They've got a future in the sport for sure. So
Yeah.
that was always good to see. But yeah, I mean, it was an enjoyable group that to watch. It was a pleasure to watch and commentate on. To be honest, I did enjoy that. Next up, we had the main event, the MX1, MX2. So Jamie Carpenter arrived, True Seven plant, Crendon Honda.
Yeah. Yes.
That caused a bit of a vibe
Yeah.
over the evening.
Yeah. I mean, it always will, won't it? But I mean, that MX1, MX2 class open to
Yeah,
anybody, and he came in, but he didn't have it all his own
no,
way. I
Ollie
mean,
Bub.
I know obviously he won every race,
Yeah,
didn't
he
he? In
did
the
do
end, I
all
think.
four. He done a 4 from 4.
Yeah, he did. He got the whole shot in race one
Yeah,
as well. An amazing, amazing rider. But I did pay quite a lot of attention to this race, to be honest. And uh, the okay, Jamie is a professional racer,
yep,
isn't he? And a lot of those guys in that class aren't professionals. But the one rider that stood out for me was Ollie Bubb.
yeah,
He was incredible. I thought that the moves he was making, I like his aggressiveness. He was good, and I think I think one of the races I was watching, he was actually giving Carpenter a good run for a few
yeah.
laps.
Race 3,
What race it
race
was?
3 it was.
He was. I think it was. Yeah, he was, and yeah, it was good, and it's good that that class does attract those sort of professional riders as well, because it gives them these sort of fast national riders the opportunity to
Yeah,
race them. I know Ollie does anyway, but yeah, it was amazing.
yeah,
A great MX1
yeah.
MX2
It was.
race.
I mean, I'm just looking now. I mean, race 1 on day 1, Jamie Carpenter's fastest that was a 1:59.6. Ollie Bubb on a 2:50 was a 2-minute dead.
And it says it all, doesn't it? It
Yeah,
shows the speed that lad was carrying. Yeah, so credit. And I watched the space for that lad as well, because I can see that he'll be going
yeah. I
places.
mean, one lad that stood out for me, he's a local boy down that way, was number 47, Leon Williams, on a
Mm-hmm.
Honda. He just couldn't get the starts, but once he got around the first corner, he started racing, and he's so strong. I genuinely believe that kid is going to go a lot further, and he's using the British Cup platform to elevate his career.
Oh,
So
nice.
that was good. And George Hopkins on the work scaffolding triumph, he pushed hard. He was there all the time.
Yeah, style. He's got great style
Yeah,
as
he's only
well.
a young lad from up in North Devon. Uh,
Yeah,
so that was good to see. I mean, we did have to have one rerun because we had a bit of an issue, didn't we? So
yeah, a bit of an issue with the timing, didn't we?
yeah,
Unfortunately. Um,
but I mean, we got there in the end. I mean, in the MX2, the overall Ollie Bubb was your overall winner. Then it was George Hopkins, Leon Williams, Alfie Calvert. So he was there.
mhm.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, he was in the series last year as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. So Alfie is a very talented rider. He does a lot of sand riding, a lot of beach riding. So Fat Cats, I
And
think,
enjoy Fat
will be his cup of tea.
Yeah,
And Cullum.
nice.
Then we had Edwin Edir Palmer. He ended up 5th overall, which was good to see.
Yeah, so I actually seen that. I actually seen him. Sorry, I think my screen
That's
just
okay.
died then. I actually seen him ride for the first time at a local event for, I think it was Comics Caution Club or Dursey Club at Wickwar. And I said, who's that lad? Is he Latvian?
I'm
I'm
not
not
sure because
sure. I'll have to
I
double check
thought on
that.
his shirt printing he had a Union Jack on the numbers.
Okay, I'll double check that. But yeah, first time I seen him ride, and he was
Yeah,
fast around the local Wickwar track, and he was finding lines and finding time where nobody else was. So I was quite excited when he booked in for the Landrake
yeah, because
British
he's on the
Cup.
250.
I'm quite
Was
excited
he
to
on
see.
252? No, yeah.
No, he's on a
That's it.
gas,
Yeah,
isn't he? 254 straight gas. But yeah, again a talent. So it'll be interesting to see if he actually wildcarded the event. So it'll be interesting to see if he does round
yeah,
two. See how he gets on.
yeah. Just going over to the MX1 class again. I mean, obviously it was a clean sweep for Jamie Carpenter. Dan Moore, he was second overall on the Big Yam.
Yeah,
He
he can ride as
yeah,
well.
yeah. I seen him a couple of weeks ago at another circuit, and I saw him whole shot, crash, go back through, lead, crash, and then came from about 10th to win it.
He definitely pushes
Yeah,
himself. I'll give him that. He does. He's got one of those styles that he leaves it all out there, which is
yeah. I
cool.
mean, third place overall went to one of our former champions, actually, Bradley Wheeler.
Yeah,
So that was good to see Bradley on the box. I know we've interviewed him before, so he would have had a whole family
yeah,
weekend down there.
yeah. He's been around a long time, lots of experience, and still can run the pace of the younger ones as
Yeah,
well.
and then Jacob Bowen, he was there in fourth, so he's just come back from injury as well. I know he likes his sand, so Fat Cats will be a good one for him. And
Yeah,
then Tyrone Cleaver, our your local lad, isn't he? Really, rounding up the top five.
yeah. Local town our way. Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was good to see.
Again, he's got some style on the bike. He can throw a whip. He's good at
Oh
them.
yeah, yeah. I know the kids absolutely like worship his whips, don't they? They love seeing that.
Yeah,
So that was good to see. But yeah, I mean, great race in that MX1, MX2 class, and I mean, we've taken out the senior group, and I don't think
yeah.
anybody in that MX1, MX2 looked out of place.
No, we did it. We had quite a few questions prior to the event and actually at the event. Um, oh, can we move down to novice, etc., etc. Now we need to try and we're really trying to get away from the the sandbagging
Yeah,
culture because we all know it goes on wherever you go at a club level, at a national
yeah,
level, and it's for me personally. What do you call an intermediate?
yeah,
You know, what do you call an expert? I think once you're out of that novice, you're an adult motocross
yeah,
racer, and it's up to you then to get yourself the best you can
yeah,
be. So I think by taking away that intermediate class, it is you have no choice because what we found, especially last year, is the intermediate class would be full, and then the expert class, people just didn't want to go in
no,
it
no,
because they had obviously some really fast guys come
yeah,
in. But I always remember when I used to race, like I used to thrive on that, racing against these top people and wanted to go and like, oh, I was only 2 seconds off him, or I was, I beat him to the first corner, or that sort of stuff we need to try and bring that back. And I don't know why, but I think the sport is it's losing that a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
And so that's why the decision was made this year to do you're either a novice,
Or
or a veteran, or you're an adult MX1, MX2 rider, and go out there and do the best you can and mix that with them. See how you get
yeah,
on.
I mean, in my eyes, if you're to my in my ability, I would say a novice rider is someone who struggles to break into the top 10 week by week. But if you're a constant top 10 rider, you need to go up. Really, that whole group needs to go up because it's the only way the sport will develop as well. Your riding will develop, and it just makes it better for everybody. Really,
Yeah, I agree. And excuse me, my dog's snoring in the background, so I
is
hope
it?
you,
Is it my?
hope you
Is it
can't
me
hear
that's
it.
made her
But
go to sleep? Is it?
no, I hope not. Who actually want people to watch these
Yeah,
shows? Um, but yeah, I agree. And somebody asked that question actually after the event. Somebody did ask me a question. There's a couple of people in the novice class, a couple of names in the novice class. Is, oh, they shouldn't be in there. And I said to him, well, look, for me, a novice is like I said, new to the sport, sort of still finding their feet, or they're at an age like a veteran age where they're slowing down in the
yeah,
sport, but the vet isn't quite for them. I would still class that as a novice as well, because you're not going to be competing against if you're sort of 55, 60, for example. You're not going to be able to compete against an 18-year-old who's up and coming. I think you do tail off,
yeah,
don't you? And I still personally think they are welcome in the novice class as long as they're not obviously ridiculously
yeah,
fast.
yeah. I mean, I'm a part-time rider, very, very part-time, and I don't see myself in a novice class, so I go in the vets. There's,
Yes, yeah, we hope that most people like yourself go in the
yeah,
vets, but we don't stop them going into the novice because, let's face it, if you're if you're a sort of 18 to 25-year-old rider with a bit of experience and you get beaten by
mm.
somebody a lot older than
Yeah.
you who has been slowing it down, and you've got a few questions to ask yourself. That's my personal opinion. I know it's a
Yeah,
little bit
no,
blunt,
no, no.
but that's
It
how I
did
see it.
nearly happen. I did see a father-son duo in the novice
No,
race. Yeah, I'm not going to say his name because he'll kill me for it. But he was
yeah,
right on his youngest son, and he had
nice.
the bit between his teeth, and you could see it's the hardest I've ever seen him try to beat somebody in about 15 years. Um,
Yeah, okay. Well, and this was at
this was at
Landrake,
Landrake. Yeah, yeah,
and that's what the class is
yeah,
for as
yeah.
well. Because you've got the two ends of the
Yeah,
scale.
yeah. You got his 18-year-old son, and he's 40 something now. I won't put the end
Mm.
number on because he makes him feel old. But yeah, bless old Pop Pop. He was trying so hard to get past that
Yeah,
his son. It was brilliant.
yeah.
His eldest son was
That was
gone.
good.
He was out in the top 10, but it was good to see.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was good.
No,
So
no, I know. I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. Bless him.
yeah, it's good. Good stuff.
Big Wheel 85 class. This was mega as well. I mean, Stanley Siebert, he was our reigning champion from last year. He came out absolutely swinging. He wanted to put the number one plate back on the bike for next year. But he had company, Casey Lister, doing all the European rounds. He's having a phenomenal year at the moment, Casey.
Yeah,
Very polite child as well, very humble, works hard.
yeah. Good
Yeah,
kid.
yeah, very nice
Good
family.
kid. And I've watched him, to be fair, over the last few years, and he's wildcarded a few the British Cup
Yeah.
last year, and yeah, he'll continue to grow and continue to be a fast rider for a very long
Yeah,
time. He knows
we
what he's
seen him
doing.
on the autos and coming up through 65s. Yeah, he's definitely a true talent to the sport. Jensen 7, he was there, number 7. He had some good rides. He was pushing hard all weekend. He was definitely shifting some soil. Stanley rode really well. Zane Sibley Deacon, 444. His kit setup is on point. It looks phenomenal. The whole purple and white setup. I like that. It was good. So he rode well, breaking into the top 6. Jaden Hill was another rider who was really pushing well. Charlie Mitchell, number 10, he had a solid weekend. But I mean, the next rider for me, I kind of missed the later stage of his dad's racing career because I was growing up. I just caught the last end of it. Chad Prince, son of Neil
Okay.
Prince.
Yeah, yeah,
So he was there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He had some good rides. He's come on loads, absolutely loads. So it wouldn't surprise me to see him breaking into the top. Well, he was
Yeah,
top.
develop a
Yeah, as
series.
the series goes on.
Mm.
He was another one. He had a very unique style on some of the jumps, and I did see he nosedived one of them. So I didn't see the scrub the next lap or the following one after that because I think he just went back to basics to play it safe.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I don't blame
Yeah,
him. It takes that sometimes. They go, oh, no, that'll do. I'll stop
yeah,
that for the
yeah.
minute.
But it was good to see like his dad on the sideline in the mechanics area that we put out as well, cheering him on.
Yeah,
So that was
yeah.
good.
Nice.
Oliver Bardo, local boy, he's just having a go at some big series. He's doing the nationals, but I spoke to his dad, and it's the first year that he's doing the British Cup with us, and he absolutely loved it from the minute he went out in practice to the minute they left the gate. They
Good.
stayed for the podium, although he wasn't on the podium, unfortunately. They
Yeah,
stayed, they listened, they thought it was fantastic, that it was a great weekend. So that was
good.
really nice feedback.
Yeah, and to be honest, like the feedback we've had's been amazing. It's exactly what we had hoped for. Don't get me wrong. There's always a few things that we had some constructive feedback on. In all
Yeah.
fairness, there hasn't really been any really bad negativity around it, which is great. And we're not perfect. We'll keep building. We keep making sure that we do continue to deliver some good events. But I'm glad that it went to plan and everybody really enjoyed their event and that the vibe was. I just walking around the place, like it was a fun place
It
to be at.
was.
Even working there, it was a fun place to
Yeah,
work.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, we had the disco
Just
and
think of
everything,
worst
didn't we,
places
on the
to be.
Saturday night? We had a couple technical hitches
Yeah.
for that, but we
Yes.
got over it, luckily.
Yeah, make sure that's sorted for round
Oh, we've
two.
got new kit being supplied.
We have nice new disco kit.
So
Yeah,
that'll be good. But I was just having a quick glance. You know, I was saying about these lads, so Oliver Bardo and Chad Prince. It'd be good to see them grow into the series. Well, race two, obviously the nerves settled down. Bardo was sixth and Chad Prince was fifth.
nice,
So they were obviously getting into it.
nice.
Casey Lister won it
Yeah,
again.
I'd like to see. Yeah,
Jensen second. Stanley was third. Charlie was fourth. So that was good to see.
and like you said, it'd be interesting to see what happens in round two,
Yeah.
because we all know. I mean, particularly like my son, for example, we don't ride sand that
No.
often. So there's no expectations from our part, and it'd be interesting to see what the results from the sand race and just see who stands out there.
Yeah, and what's good is with the Fat Cat scenario, we're having the racetrack that no one can practice on, so we're all
Yeah,
going on a level pegging. Because we
yeah.
know
I think.
we
I
know
mean,
some people go and practice through the week or go training. It's entirely up to them. If you can do it, you can do it.
of course. Yeah, there's access to the track. I know we did have. I think there was a comment on one of our socials actually. Why are we racing a practice track? Or we're not actually racing the practice track, we're racing the racetrack. And I know occasionally they do practice on the
Yeah,
racetrack, but as we know, to keep these venues going, they need to make an income from it. So these tracks are open in the week, same as Preston Docks would have been open in the week. Not every track's a practice track, but some of the best tracks in the countries are also practice tracks,
yeah,
aren't they? So
exactly.
yeah, but we are racing the racetrack, so no concerns there in regards to that.
Yeah. Race three, Casey again had it his own way. Fastest lap 2:10. Next to him was Jensen seven with a 2:11. Stanley Siebert with a 2:12. So that's a very close group to
Close,
keep an eye on.
yeah, close, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, and then race three was the same 2:14 for Casey, 2:15 for Jensen. Stanley was 2:17, but I know he did have to come back through the traffic a little bit. Noah Vasey broke into the top 10 as well. So yeah, Mason Ardrum was also there in 11th. So
Yeah.
just looking at the time, so the fastest was a 2:14 for the winner. And then 12th place was 2:24. So it's 10 seconds between first and 12th.
Mm. Not a
No.
lot. A couple of mistakes, and then your race is completely different,
Yeah.
isn't it? So,
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be interesting to see how these races develop and how their series go.
Yeah.
Like I said, Casey List is actually what was a wild card as well.
Right.
It's not yet signed up to the series. So they can do that prior to round two. To be fair, so if they enter round two, they can still sign up. So you never know. He may become a registered rider,
Yeah.
but Casey is currently a wild card.
Yeah. No, it's good. I really enjoyed myself the weekend. I mean,
Done a top job. Done a top job in your
thank you very
commentating.
much.
Good
Much
stuff.
appreciated. There was a lot of action, a lot of excitement going on. The old voice box did hold up. I
Yeah,
thought it was going to go when I
yeah.
saw Jet and Arthur coming together. I thought, oh no, it's going to crack the voice, and that'll be it.
How many bottles of Coke or cans of Coke did you drink that weekend? 'Cause I know you like one, don't
Yeah,
you?
probably about 10, I think it was 10 or 12
Did you? No, you
per
didn't.
day.
Yeah,
So yeah, we
God,
were just keeping it wetted.
that's a lot.
Didn't even
Yeah,
have time.
you know like you can drink
Oh yeah,
water.
I had the odd glass of water in between, but
Oh,
yeah, and I must say I did go on to Diet Coke, not full fat. So
oh, right, okay. Yeah, that helps a little
yeah,
bit.
but there was so much
No, good job. It was
there
good.
was
Good
so
job.
much going on though, wasn't there? It was just trying
Yeah,
to get around
and
everywhere.
that's what you want. I mean, that's what the series is all about, and we'll continue to bring that, won't we? Round after
Yeah,
round
yeah, definitely. I mean,
after
it
round.
all kind of went, it all fell into place. Obviously Gemma was there doing the timing, so that all.
Yeah, the Nora team do the timing. Yeah, they help us out with
Yeah,
that.
Ryan had his marshals there
Yeah,
and Jake. So
yeah, the gang. Yeah, we got the team.
yeah,
Yeah, we all work really well, and like without all of those people, my team, Nora, all the marshals, the medics, the sponsors, the catering teams, all of them, like it just creates a
yeah,
mess, isn't it? That's just,
yeah,
but like I said, we've got wildcards can enter from the 16th of June, and I expect there's going to be a lot of
yeah.
them. So it'll be interesting to see who does enter round two.
Yeah.
See what names we get around in the sand, because there'll be some sandmasters out there, no
Yeah, because
doubt.
there's not many race meetings at Fat Cat this year, and there hasn't been last year. So it's quite a unique opportunity to actually get the race Fat Cats if you've never done it before.
Yeah, I'm excited by it, and to be honest, it was on one of our list for excuse me, for tracks
Yeah.
this year. And as it was, we obviously went to Preston instead. But I'm excited by it. I'm looking forward to seeing the place again after all the time. I haven't been there for a long,
Do
long
we
time.
do we need
And
to
see what racing.
do we need to bring you a bike if you're going to be out there reminiscing? Do you need a bike and some kit, or you?
No, after the last time I rode, one session to put my back out, like I said. So I'm dead in the water now,
Yeah.
mate. I'm quite enjoying watching my little one. I'm watching the rest of them do it because I even at club levels, as you know, we run club meetings as well. And I was watching the club levels yesterday, and yeah, the MX1, MX2, it's just so
Yeah.
fast. It's not for me
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, that
boring.
meeting that we were at yesterday, to see Adam Chatfield doing what he was doing was mad at his age.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. And we had excuse me, was the guy who was second? It was Josh Taylor,
yeah.
wasn't it? He just come back off injury. Yeah, those boys were absolutely motivated. Josh is actually signed up for the series, so hopefully he'll be back for round two.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, I think he's just had
Yeah,
ACL reconstruction and bits and pieces.
that was
Yeah.
it. Yeah, he did let us know. Hopefully he's back for round two. See what he can do, mix it up in the MX1 and MX2
Yeah, he's
class.
got one of his pupils because he does a lot of training as well. Finley Rundle. So he's
Yeah,
back for round two. He was injured at round one, unfortunately. But
you know what? We actually had quite a lot of injuries for
yeah,
round one. And that's where a lot of the wild card spaces come from, to be
yeah,
honest. A lot of injuries. We had quite it's a shame because everyone works hard pre-season, don't they, to get ready for round one, and there was quite a few injuries. So a lot of them will probably be back. So to be honest, there may not be a lot of wild card spaces to
no.
grab.
But I mean, we start a bit later in the year than any other national series. It can
Yeah,
work into the advantage, and it can be a disadvantage,
yeah,
like you're saying with injuries. Um,
yeah,
but we try and give you the best conditions, the best weather. We spread them out, don't we, over the 4 months that we do it.
yeah, yeah, exactly that. And it's a 4 round series for a reason, so it fits in with everything else, like we touched on our first podcast. And we try and do it in the good months. We can never guarantee that, can we?
Yeah,
But that's the plan.
yeah,
And it will probably stay that way for a while yet because it works.
yeah,
And we'll continue to work with all the Bridgestones and the British youth and stuff next year to make sure the dates don't clash. That's always really important because we need to push the motocross
yeah,
forward, and the only way we can do that is work
yeah.
together.
Definitely, definitely, it's great. Like we always touch on,
Wow, this
we always work together with the
person.
other organisers. So,
Yeah, definitely.
right, mate. We've
Stuff.
I think we've rabbled on a fair bit now, haven't we? We've
Certainly have. It wouldn't wouldn't expect it to be an
no,
hour. So thanks guys if you are still listening. I hope we haven't bored you too
yeah.
much.
Appreciate your time. I mean, Carl, thanks for coming on. I mean, uh,
No worries.
thank you for putting your effort in to put the series on as well. I know a lot of the team feel the same, and we're grateful for what you, Beth, and everyone else is doing.
No, thank
We're
you.
excited for round two.
We'll keep
I'm
pushing.
excited for round two. We're going to have the vibe again, aren't we? We had a bit of music through the day. We
100%.
had the bar open,
Yeah,
food open. Dave
yeah,
Wright was there with the spares van. Store
yeah.
114 turned up, didn't they, at Landrake as well?
Yeah, yeah. Still, we're still rock on with all of that. Expect the same as best we can every
Yeah,
round.
Dirt Monkeys obviously
So
giving away the prizes as well.
yeah, yeah. I mean, with our catering, unfortunately, our caterers won't be attending Fat Cats because they got their own catering team. So I've heard good things about the catering team at Fat Cat. So they'll have their
Yeah, I
own
can
there.
vouch for that. It's quite good.
But guys, yeah, just going to touch on one thing. It's a negative point, but I'm going to touch on it because we had an issue with it at round one. Was drugs.
Right, yeah.
Now we drum on about it round after round, week after week locally. They are not welcome, and we had some issues behind the scenes at the event that we dealt with. But remember, if you got them, you'll be going home, and it is that
Hmm.
simple. We hate drumming on about it because we want to try and bring positivity, and I mean, drugs do not fit well
Any
within
sport. They don't
motocross
fit with any sport.
and any sport
Yeah,
in general. But anyway, I mean, you guys, if you want to do that, you do it away from what we're trying to do with our British Cup series. So please, if you do intend to bring any don't, because you will be going
Yeah.
home. That's just a negative point from
Yeah,
me.
no, that's fine. I mean, the only thing I felt like I kept repeating over the weekend was push bikes on the track. If
Yeah,
the machine's right working on the track, we don't want anybody out there at all, because we're trying to prevent accidents from happening. They're heavy plant
yeah,
machinery. Anything is possible.
yeah, and exactly, it can happen. I know people. I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, there's no need, but stay away from the machines and stuff." But just hold fire, let them do their work, go out and look at it after, because we don't want to risk it. You never know what can
No,
happen.
no. A lot of these
So
machines have got anywhere between a 20 and 40K box. It's the industry that I'm in, so I know anything is possible, and anything can happen in a second. So that's the main thing. If you see people out on the track working on it, just hold fire, let them do what they need to do.
yeah,
Then you can go and do what you need to do.
yeah, you can walk the track, and obviously never any pushbacks on the track,
No.
and especially at Fat Cat, because obviously there's two tracks there. You've got the practice track and the racetrack. We're only using the racetrack, so the practice track will be there for you to walk around if you want to, but there'll certainly be no push bikes, no electric bikes.
Yeah.
No electric bikes whatsoever. Anything electric,
Yeah.
please keep it
And
home.
that's not just for us. That's complete around the country.
Yeah, and it's the rule that Nora have set,
Yeah.
and we agree with it. I mean, the push bike's not a problem. You can bring them, but electric bikes they're not needed. In the paddock, it's not a necessity. So please keep them at home.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Brilliant. Well, I'm buzzing. I can't wait. It's only a few weeks away now.
Yeah, not long. I think I counted 19 days today. I think it
Is
was,
it?
which that'll fly by. I think something like that. I think I put on the social media post. It's not long.
So I better start updating the playlists and
Yeah,
start building that. So don't forget, we have got our Spotify playlist, we have got our YouTube channel, our Facebook, our Instagram channels. We're going to try and keep this podcast going, but only if you want us to keep it going, basically, everyone. So you need to like, share, subscribe. I mean, watch it. If you think it's funny, send me a message, have a laugh at me. I don't really care. I'm doing this for the sport along with everyone else. It's something that no one else is doing. We want to give it a go. We're trying to give you something that you haven't got. If you want to come on and have a chat. Like, you don't have to do an hour long. You could do 15 minutes. You could do 10
yeah,
minutes.
it's a long one.
But this is the recap one, so it has gone on a little bit, but there was
Yeah,
so much that went on.
yeah, and we'll do this round by round. We'll do a recap. Won't we?
Yeah. The video
Make
is
sure we
out.
get these names mentioned. Those names.
The video's out as well, isn't it? From round one, by Summit
Yeah,
Moto.
from Summit Moto.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've had Summit Moto cover Landrake. Unfortunately, Ben from the locals couldn't make it, but the locals are back for round two. So expect another great video round two.
Yeah. Brilliant. So you've heard it. Like, share, subscribe. Carl, thanks for your time, mate. Much appreciated.
No worries at all. And looking forward to seeing you all at round two. It's going to be a
Yeah, we'll
cracker.
try and get a few guests on before Fat Cats. Get some more of these on the go.
Yeah.
Now our busy period is kind of slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, we look forward to it. But no, thanks again, Carl. See you
Thank you.
all at round two. Fat Cats, end of the month.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.